time for your holiday house guests a delectable new cookbook, Mama Bell's Big Family Cookin' from social media star and mother extraordinaire Heather Bell. And Heather regularly documents her incredible journey as a mother of 8, whom 7 are adopted, and specializes in comforting and delicious big batch recipes, many which can be made ahead. So perfect timing for the holidays. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having me. That was so sweet. You said so many nice things. Thank you
Oh
so
my,
much. I appreciate it.
of course. Well, tell us a little bit about your story and your amazing family and how they inspired your cookbook.
Oh, well, being a mom to 8 kids, they're always hungry. And I find that I'm always looking for recipes and having to double them and quadruple them. And that's one of the reasons that we wrote our cookbook. But like you said, I am a mom of 8 children. We adopted 7 of our children. My husband and I were foster parents for 10 years. So we adopted 6 of our kids through foster care. And as we brought in our children, it really changed the way that I cooked, just because I was so used to me and my husband, and I could make these fancy meals, and it was just for 2 people. And then as we started to build our family and we got maybe some pickier kids in the house, I had to really change how I cooked. And so I just started making meals that were fast and quick, easy. It didn't require a lot of work because I was busy. And I'm still busy, and I don't have time to spend hours and hours in the kitchen. And so when we put our cookbook together, it was for bigger families that don't have to worry about figuring out how to double a recipe or triple a recipe. We can just look at that and then get it all ready to go. And my boys, I have 6 boys, and they always eat. Even as a young adults, they still eat a lot. And so we made these big, huge meals because I wanted to make sure I had enough dinner for my kids to eat. And that's kind of what inspired us to write the cookbook. But what is so unique about it is, like you mentioned earlier, is we did adopt 7 of our children. And so our cookbook is not only about these wonderful 110 recipes that not only me, but my son Noah, my daughter Izzy, my daughter Haley, all my kids have recipes in there that they've made themselves, but also it shares our adoption journey and how I changed as a mom with cooking, how I had to adapt and make different things and learn different ways of cooking and how to cook fast. And of course, huge, right? I had to make huge meals, so everybody could eat and have seconds if they wanted.
Yeah, and what I think is really cool too, you mentioned that, they change your lives, but you changed theirs. And that might be the most important, right? And I think that's fantastic. So can you share, though, some of your favorite recipes from the book that maybe could help us feed our holiday guests?
Oh, sure. I think one of my favorites is meatloaf. I
Mhm.
love making meatloaf because you can change it up. You can add whatever spices you want, and then if you make it again, you can add different spices. And I feel like meatloaf, you can also make meatballs out of meatloaf, right? So it's very versatile. You can make different things with it. And um, I feel like it just goes a long way. And so meatloaf is really good. And then, of course, I love making the tater tot casserole. I've been making that for my kids since they were little. And even as adults, they still love the tater tot casserole. But if you ask my kids, if I say, "Hey, what would you like me to make for for the holidays or dinner?" And they'll usually say my cast iron chicken pot pie or the cast iron lasagna. And my boys, Brendan and David, love lasagna. Haley and Robert are the chicken pot pie. So those are meals that I make often, just because when my kids get a favorite and I say, "What would you like me to make?" It's usually the same thing over and over. And so we do have lasagna often. We do have the chicken pot pie often. And then if I'm in a hurry and I just got to get something together because we've had a busy day, then that's when the tater tot casserole will come in.
It all sounds so good. And so where can we find your book? I mean, thank you for sending one to us.
Yeah, you're welcome. You can find it anywhere books are sold. Amazon.com, Barnes and Noble. You can actually find it in Barnes and Noble or online. I think Walmart.com, Target.com. So anywhere books are sold. I think if you just Google Mama Bell's Big Family Cooking Cookbook, it will give you like a whole list of places that you can order it. But I know for sure those are some of them. And Amazon.com is pretty easy. Just go in there, and um, I think Amazon is pretty easy to buy anything. You can find so many wonderful things on there, but you can find our cookbook on there.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much. And I think also too, if you don't have a big family, I don't have a huge family, immediate family, but this could be great for like making ahead. I like to meal prep, so good for those folks too. So thank you so much for joining us, and happy holidays.
Thank you. Happy holidays to you.
Thank you. And everyone at home, if you'd like to see this interview again, just head to First Coast News Plus.